to zero lightness, to binge thinker, to language of horses. It is a shame that people are hating on this challenge. I've gotten your answers, zero lightness. Binge thinker, I knew I was going to get answers from you, and they were very, very good. But again, encourage other viewers about the challenge. Encourage them to submit their answers too, so they can have an opportunity. We're currently now at a place where every president has announced a new world order. From JFK to Obama to Trump. There's a stone hedge in Georgia that was built. No one knows who financed it, but it's written in every language spoken in this world. Instructions are given to start loving on one another, to keep the population no larger than 50 billion. And it goes on and on. That when we're in the final days, the Most High said those who are of good deeds, those who are their brother's keepers, will live eternal life. Those who fall short will feel the burn of the fire. That's another good thing to research. The stone hedge in Georgia. This is where all those who have their third eye open gather to. And as climate change is happening, and it's 65 degrees in Alaska, the waters are going to overflow. They've already done it here in Chicago. They've damaged buildings. Chicago was built on top of water. You're going to see more earthquakes in places that you thought, but when you research and you see the line of where earthquakes are going to happen, you'll be amazed. We've had earthquakes here in Chicago. That default line, exactly what states they run through, and it's been predicted that states will be separated. Some states will completely disappear, especially those on the shore. The governor of Florida has a contention plan to actually build Florida, elevated with cement, blocks that go up in the air, and then Florida will sit on top of it. California is expected to be washed off the earth, and there's going to be a time that when you want to get to another state, you're going to have to go over water. The person that I follow is the real Yvonne. The information that she's putting out is not beef, but it's actually opening up your eyes to everything that is going on, the distractions. I don't think many of you knew that in certain states, the school system is teaching homosexual sex. In China, when they became overpopulated, women were not allowed to have children. They understood that if people continued to have children, there would be very little land and not enough food to feed the people. You can go into a store right now and look for a product, and it's not in stock. Learn how to preserve, or as they used to say, pickle your vegetables, pickle your fruits. That's what I'm researching now. That was something my grandmother did. So when the wintertime rolled around, you had jars of vegetables and fruits that were out of season. But we have to start taking seriously what is going on. The second challenge is to really open your eyes as to how we were actually suppressed by our own people. Money is the root of all evil. And for money, for a person that's never had it, or a person that wants to get quick money, they'll turn on their own. That was the message in Malcolm X. That was the message in the movie Belly. Movie Belly was parallel to the movie Malcolm X. Follow Leila, Lelia, Willis on Vimeo. She wrote the book in regards to the sexual abuse done by African Bambaataa. She was a member of the Nation of Islam, which she has now denounced. And she's doing all of her podcasts on Vimeo. She's even obtained some of the records that was shown in the Malcolm X documentary on Netflix. All of that information is public information. Anyone can go and pick it up. But you'll find always one that is facing life in jail, or who has sold their soul for money. So the information that will be on this channel, and Tracy, thank you so much for shouting me out and asking people to subscribe to my page. But I will never sign up with YouTube. They will get information, and then they can take that information and they can start researching on their own. In your settings, you can set the amount of hours, minutes that you want to get off of YouTube. I suggest some of you all do that. I don't spend any more than an hour and a half before my settings come up to tell me it's time to get off. The internet is a very dangerous place. The internet can also be a very resourceful place. But how much of that information is true? Who wrote the information that is in Google? When you download an application, they want permission to write over, which means what you looked up may not be what you were actually looking up. It's called overlaying. So they can overlay whatever you're researching and put something else that is relevant to make you think that what you're looking at is what you actually Googled. We're at a time now where a new president is about to be elected, or if Donald Trump is going to serve a second term. I encourage everyone, because they know and they've said without the black vote, none of them could get in office. I encourage everyone with teens, 17 or over, to register to vote, to take your time to go to these high schools and set up a table where you can catch those that are 17 and over, get them registered to vote, explain the importance of voting, that we just got the right to vote in 1964. It hasn't been thousands and thousands of years. We just got the right to vote, excuse me, in 1964. YouTube is asking my opinion about this sector, and I know it can be cleaned up. I know people can reach 1 million. We sell ourselves so short that the Caucasian can come on and do a channel and immediately get 1 million subscribers. Yes, you have people in the entertainment world that drop down into the beef sector because to them it's a gag and a joke. And they don't believe that we sit up and speak on one another the way that we do. My videos are going to be here and there. I've unsubscribed to quite a few people. I'm even blocking new subscribers. If I get a new subscriber and I go to their page and they have nothing for a new subscriber that's all involved in the mess, I block them. I don't want this channel and I don't want this information, and I don't need the subscribers. I told you I'd rather that you subscribe to people that are giving you what you're looking for. The mess, the beef, the threats. Because that seems to be what 90% of the people on YouTube enjoy. There's another content creator, Queen Akiba. Her content is on caring for your locks, explaining that they are not called dreadlocks. There's nothing dreadful about it. Now I'm getting ready to get messy, except for D. Ramsey's dreads. I'm sorry, Allah, but that just came to mind. But Queen Akiba's dreads are down past her knees. And the information that she is spreading is on proper eating, on slowly moving yourself to being a vegan, and to get off of alkaline water. Alkaline water is not good for you. There's too much pH balance in alkaline water. And there was one young lady who passed from cancer from drinking so much alkaline water. They fool us so well and make things a trend, and we jump on it without researching it and understanding how much alkaline the body needs. You can make your own alkaline water by taking spring water, putting lemons in it, let it sit for a couple of days, and you have alkaline water. But those who are on alkaline, please, when you buy it, ask them, what is the difference in the pH balance? How does the pH balance affect your body? Dick Gregory always said to avoid alkaline water and drink spring water. Nothing but spring water. And spring water can be purchased from the general dollar store, $1 a gallon. So I purchased 5 gallons. I have a water cooler here. I have the bottle, and I empty the spring water into the water cooler, and I'm trying to get my son to stop buying Mountain Spring and to only drink spring water. So this entire content is changing. Again, Tracy, thank you for asking people to subscribe to my channel. I'm still not going to register with YouTube to be an official, since someone said you are a content creator if you're on YouTube. Well, I've had a couple of my friends from Facebook do the same thing that I did and hit the icon and hit the record button and not sign up with YouTube. And then we discuss what world they just entered into. The recommendations are going to be changed. Again, I think it's being done purposely. And now that you have college students doing homework off of YouTube and the recommendations pull them into the beef sector, they have to change it. YouTube was hit with violations for over $3 billion by the FTC because of the content that they're allowing to go on. So more changes are going to be made to YouTube. Remember, your body is a temple. Our DNA was never meant for alcohol. The original name of alcohol was moonshine, and it came to fruition during the full moon. Indian, the black Indian, their DNA is not meant for alcohol. I don't care if it's dark or light alcohol. It changes your spirit. It changes who you are. And they say a drunk tongue is a truthful tongue. That's not always true. But start taking care of your body. Before you exercise, make sure you get clearance through your doctors about how much exercise, how many days, and what type of equipment you should use. And then at least twice a month, fast. Fast so your body can properly digest what you've eaten. Or it'd be a good idea to get a colonic because it cleanses the upper and the lower intestines. I'm sorry. The thing that's hardest for me to break free of is these little nasty things called DeJarn. I don't put alcohol in my body. Medication, only if it's to the point that I cannot stand the pain any longer. Understand the meaning of yoga and how it's opening your body to receive spirits. Remember, what you're looking at in the mirror is only the flesh. What makes you is the spirit. So when one transitions and you go to view that flesh, you feel nothing because the spirit has departed. So the content on here will be totally different. It will be more involved with crystals, your chakra, your meditation, the vitamin D from the sun, how our water is being polluted, and different test kits that you can purchase and check how much lead is in your water, in your drinking water, and even in water in water that you purchase. Now people are drinking distilled water, and be careful when you buy distilled water. The water that mothers are told to use to mix in with baby powder to make milk has a high level of lead in it. Start reading the ingredients. If you see that it's been engineered, modified, genetically modified, you do not want to put it in your body. The Most High made everything natural. Nothing had to be modified. If you read that the product was made and contaminated with peanuts and milk, and you're allergic to peanuts, then you have a big problem on your hands. So please take the time to read the ingredients in the food that you're purchasing and the food that you're putting in your body. For my age, for my height, I should be weighing 165 pounds. My weight is between 145 and 150. When Dr. Sebi passed, he weighed 102 pounds, and he was over 6 feet tall because he understood that the charts that they have out about how much you should weigh and the body mass is not necessarily true. Increase your eating of the peanut, any kind of peanut, raisins, and you will find yourself getting off of all this medication that the doctors want to prescribe to you. I'm sorry. I have a friend now that is off of all medication, and everything is done through holistic. You have to remember your ancestors lived to 102, 103, some to 110, because they grew their own food, They understood the herbs, and they understood what to put in the body. So my videos automatically will be put into the health section, because what YouTube does is review your content, and depending on what your content is what section you're put in. So be very careful. Take your time. Do like I did, and call the company while you're in the store. And if I could call Purdue and ask them what is the difference between farm raised and chickens being fed, and I tell them of the disease that my son has, and a representative from Purdue told me not to purchase either product. So you will find me over in the health section, giving out more information on the herbs. The FDA is approving medications so fast now, and not really doing trials, that you now have people who have stomach cancer from using ranitidine, which is generic for Zantac. That medication should have only been used for a short period of time, and then you should have been taken off of it. And people have been on it for years and years and years. If you have a Facebook account, go into groups. Those with autistic children, there's dialogue back and forth with not only the parents, there's a support team there. Any condition that you have, there is a group set up that shares information back and forth, that you would get much more information and much more help by joining some of the groups on Facebook.